but I'm sure he would appreciate it. And by the way, this is a little time for commercial right here, so just to let you know. So. It's on page 63, and I call it a legacy because, well, it's meaningful to our family. My grandfather, he was quite the carpenter. And I still have like 3 pieces of his handiwork, these lampstands, and beautiful work. So anyway, I'm going to read this here. It didn't take long for Charles Doc McKinney to show appreciation for a saying that resonated well with him and his values. Doc was my grandfather and passed a decade before I was a blimp on the radar screen of my parents. It was said that he only went to the 3rd reader. That's because he was orphaned. You know, that's not in here, but he was orphaned and living in a rural area. Though you sure couldn't tell, as his ability to figure things out meant that he lived up to his nickname. People hovered around him to ask for advice with some project or a situation that they got themselves into. We folks have always created issues for ourselves. He was a listening person, and that became a positive glitch that got coiled up in my own DNA strands. In fact, just this last week, one of my coworkers had to talk with me because they seem to hover around me to tell me their troubles and they can't tell the rest of the staff where I work at. I could tell that he left his mark on my dad and my aunt and on my uncle. Graham was his wife, and she was his quiet to his even quieter self, it was said. Doc's mind was always thinking and enjoyed being nourished by words and sayings. His saying that he really appreciated resonates with me still from my young lad days. Up in Schuylkill County, that's a term they call for their sons, young lad over there, even though the young lad's like 50-some years old. You know? It goes like this. There's always some good in the worst of us, and always some bad in the best of us, that it hardly behooves any of us to talk about the rest of us. Now, I thought my grandfather wrote that. I said, son of a gun. And then Jen burst my bubble. Oh, Jen. But seriously, anyway, he helped me understand that our definitions of bad and good are left to our own devices. Although it is taken as a given that we are not talking about mass murder or anything like that at all. Doc's saying was painted on a small plank of solid wood, like the man that he was. It still hangs in the homestead's back porch to showcase its meaning to any visitor. Doc left his legacy and was a talented woodworker and carpenter, thus inspiring my dad to pursue chores that other dads would not so much do. This example motivates me to go that extra step, and it's always been a good challenge. And this has been a good challenge for me because this is the first time I was ever published in a book.